Level Up English presents The Daily Idioms. 3 idioms a day to help you level up your English. Welcome to another week of the Daily Idioms with me, Peter Smith. Now, this is the second week devoted to examining idioms related to actions and behavior. And it's a big thank you to those of you that took part in our first idiom challenge, which I set on Friday last week, when I asked for suggestions for the meaning of to look down your nose at someone. To look down your nose at someone. Anyway, the weekend idiom challenge will now be a daily thing. At the end of every episode of the Daily Idioms, we'll look forward to the next episode by attempting to explain the meaning of one idiom in the following show. So do listen for that at the end. So, just what does to look down your nose at somebody mean? Well, that and more with today's Daily Idioms. Yes, there's no time to lose. Let's go. Idiom 1. To look down your nose at somebody. To look down your nose at somebody. If someone looks down their nose at a person or even a thing, they consider that person or thing as inferior to themselves. For example, some people often look down their noses at amusement parks and such. Or, theatre lovers often look down their noses at people who go to movies instead. Idiom 2. To make light of something. To make light of something. If you make light of something, you behave as though it is less serious or less important than it really is. For example, he has won several awards for his work, but he made light of it when the subject was mentioned. Or, Sylvia was injured in the car crash, but later she made light of it. Idiom 3. To lash out. To lash out. If you lash out at somebody, you suddenly and unexpectedly attack them, usually verbally. For example, on the golf course, Fergus suddenly lashed out at Phil and accused him of cheating. Or, the film director was upset by the bad reception of his movie and lashed out at its critics. So, let's repeat today's idioms to make sure that they stick in your mind. To look down your nose at somebody. Theatre lovers often look down their noses at people who go to movies instead. To make light of something. Sylvia was injured in the car crash, but later she made light of it. To lash out. The film director was upset by the bad reception of his movie and lashed out at its critics. So those are our daily idioms for today, but as promised, here is the first of our idioms for tomorrow's show in our idiom challenge. See if you can work out the meaning. Let sleeping dogs lie. Let sleeping dogs lie. So that's the idiom challenge for today. All will be revealed in tomorrow's show. Please do write in if you think you know or you might want to guess the meaning of that idiom. Please contact us via our Level Up English Himalaya page or on WeChat. And that's it for today. There'll be more idioms tomorrow. Until then, from me, Peter Smith, bye for now. It is a truth universally acknowledged that a single man in possession of a large fortune must be in want of a wife. Level Up English presents Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. Part 1. The Bennet family are the principal residents in the small Hertfordshire village of Longbourn. Bingley's sisters are less harsh, admitting that Jane Bennet is a sweet girl. That is the end of the summary. Time now to check those words, phrases, and idioms. Is that his design in settling here? Is that his design in settling here? Meaning here, is that his purpose in settling here? Is that the reason he comes here? Is that his design? If you do something by design, you do it on purpose.
Is that his design in settling here? 他搬到这里就是为了这个打算吗？这里的意思是他搬到这里就是为了这个目的吗？这就是他来这里的原因吗？如果你做某事 by design， 就是说你是特意这样做的。
But it is very likely that he may fall in love with one of them, and therefore you must visit him as soon as he comes.
I see no occasion for that. I see no occasion for that. Meaning here, I do not see a reason for that. I do not think that it's a good idea. It's a very common expression in English, if slightly formal.
I see no occasion for that. 我看没有那个必要。这里的意思是，我觉得没有必要做某件事情。我觉得做某件事情不是一个好主意。这在英语中是一个很常见的表达，只是稍微有点正式。
Mr. Bingley is immediately taken with the eldest Bennet daughter, Jane, and dances with her twice. Bingley is taken with Jane. This means that he is immediately attracted to Jane. To be taken with or taken by someone or something means to find that someone or something interesting or attractive. Another example would be, we were all taken with the idea.
Bingley is taken with Jane， 就是说他立刻被简吸引住了。To be taken with or taken by someone or something， 意思是发现某人或者某事很有吸引力或者很有趣。再举个例子 ，We were all taken with the idea， 我们都被这个想法吸引住了。
And is acting as if he is above his company. Above his company. Here, it means that Darcy believes, or at least acts, that the event is beneath his dignity. It's not good enough for him, maybe because of the people or the activities there. He acts as if he is superior to the people around him. This is generally a very negative way to behave.
Above his company 字面意思是居于他的客人或者同伴之上，也就是说他本人高高在上，目中无人。在这里呢，达西认为，或者说是至少表现出来，这次舞会有损他的尊严，配不上他这个人。可能是因为参加舞会的人，也或者是舞会安排的活动不够好。他表现得好像自己比周围的人都高级。 这种表现通常会给人带来负面的影响。
Oh, she is the most beautiful creature I ever beheld. She is the most beautiful creature I ever beheld. Meaning here, she is the most beautiful person I have ever seen. Ever beheld is usually only used when talking about something wonderful that a person or people have seen with their own eyes. For example, it was the most wonderful sight that I ever beheld. It is used to add emphasis to the sight that they have seen. It's quite formal though and literary, but it is still widely recognized.
She is the most beautiful creature I ever beheld. 意思是，她是我见过的最美丽的姑娘。Ever beheld 通常只用于谈论一个人所看到过的美好的事物。比如说 It was the most wonderful sight that I ever beheld. 这是我见过的最美妙的景象。这种用法相当正式，并且很具有文学性，但是仍然被广泛认可。
Mrs. Bennet is full of gossip and tittle-tattle about the evening. Tittle-tattle. Tittle-tattle is casual information which is spoken about another person, not always true and not always confirmed, so similar to gossip. Another use of this would be, he never listened to tittle-tattle about his workmates.
Tittle-tattle 是指很随意地谈论一个人的信息，而这种信息呢，并不总是真实的或者被确认的，和 gossip 相似，就是八卦的意思。另一个用法是 He never listened to tittle-tattle about his workmates. 他从不听关于同事的八卦。
So here is a quick reminder of today's featured words and phrases again. Level Up English presents The Romantic Poets. William Wordsworth. I wandered lonely as a cloud. I wandered lonely as a cloud, also commonly known as daffodils, was inspired by an event on the 15th of April 1802, in which Wordsworth and his sister Dorothy came across a long belt of daffodils around Glencoyne Bay, Lake Ullswater, in the English Lake District. It is certainly his most famous short poem. I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on high o'er vales and hills, and then my heart with pleasure fills and dances with the daffodils. Line of the day. They flash upon that inward eye, which is the bliss of solitude. The overall meaning of these two lines is that whenever the poet gets into a restless mood, the vision of the daffodils flashes into his head and he feels better again. Thus, the inward eye is his memory or imagination. He says that this is the bliss or the extreme happiness of solitude, or the state of being alone. Bliss is a word that is commonly used to mean a deep, calm yet extreme happiness. For example, how was the holiday in Italy? Oh, it was bliss.
这两句话的总体意义是，每当诗人陷入焦躁不安的心情的时候，水仙花的景象就会闪现在他的脑海中，因此 inward eye 就是他的记忆或者想象。